All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is March 28th. We got ourselves a Monday, and we had a phenomenal weekend. Last night, we went 4-1, bringing us to a 40-14 run in our last 54 final plays there. 40-14. Yes, we can get an applause for that. I think that's absolutely fair. But last night, we had the Hornets +7. You got it. Suns -4.5. Back and forth game. Cash it. The only loss that we had last night was PJ Washington under in rebounds. And honestly, that was one that I was not the most confident. I loved it because of the value and the money we were getting there. But, you know, PJ Washington obviously can go out there and grab a bunch of rebounds at any time. He finished with 11 rebounds. And you guys know what I like to say. If I'm going to lose a bet, I want to lose a bet. So under 4.5 rebounds, he finished with 11 and led the game there. But back on the winning track, we had Patrick Beverley cashing that under in points. And then the ride of the day. The ride of the day coming in here. Actually, you know what? This is a little small. Let's blow it up for everyone. We had Sherwin coming in with Tyrese Maxey over 1.5 threes. We got a cash. We got an applause. Shout out there. That was a good one. He finished with, I believe, at least I stopped watching the box score there when he had 3, but let me pull it up here. Tyrese Maxey finished with 3 out of 10. The attempts are there, and that's why I loved that ride of the day. The attempts are there for that 3. So we went 4-1 yesterday, 3-1 in our personal plays, and then the ride of the day cashed as well. To shout out there to Sherwin for that Tyrese Maxey cash there, and we are on absolute fire, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. I love seeing all the replies being like, you're making me so much money, blah, blah. I can't take credit for making anybody watching these videos money. I won't take credit for it. Just like I wouldn't take credit for the losses. At the end of the day, you're pressing bet, you're pressing submit bet, place bet, all that. All I'm trying to do is come on here, have a good time, tell you guys what I feel confident in, and if you want to take that and run with it, then, you know, I'm glad we're doing it together, and I'm glad we're riding. But make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and then if you want to be featured in the next video, go ahead and use hashtag ride of the day, just like Sherwin did. Hashtag ride of the day. Give me a play that you guys are rolling with that you think that I should jump on board and ride with, and you'll get a win or loss. You'll get a shout out in the next video. Hopefully, you'll be getting the cheers. Just like we're abusing the soundboard today, hopefully we'll be getting the cheers. But win or loss, you guys will get a shout out. But we got plenty to jump into today. Before we do that, I have so many thanks to give here. Guys, we launched the Ballers last week, and if you don't know what the Ballers are, for $2.99 a month, you can become a member of this channel. You can become a baller, and you get exclusive perks like a badge next to your name that changes as long as you've been a member. So for 1 month, if you're a new member, you get a bronze badge, which is on the left side of your screen right now. For if you've been a member for over a month, all of a sudden you're looking at a silver badge showing your ranks a little bit, and in 2 months plus, you get a gold badge next to your name. We have a couple unique and exclusive emojis for members to use as well. But honestly, the thing that I'm most excited about, and we haven't brought to the channel yet, but it is a promise that I'm making, that we're going to be getting some video content from our members, whether it's a video clip of you guys, I pick one per video, or one a week or something like that, and a baller sends in, it's a baller play of the week, that type of thing. I want to introduce that. So if you guys do want to show your support for $2.99 a month, and that's what it comes down to, right? If you really want to show your support for the grind that we're putting in here, consider becoming a member. I'm going to put that in the pinned comment, the link to be able to do that. There's also, if you're on a desktop, if you're on a computer, there should be a join button next to the subscribe button. Become a baller today. I would really, really appreciate it. And we have some shout outs to do. I don't know how long we're going to be able to shout out every baller, but we're going to do it as long as we want here. So we have Trady, Larry, Pagong, McPaxton, John, Nick, Zapata, Jameson, Pancho, Corey, The Roof Doctor, Julian, Dennis, Alex, The Anchor, Ricky, Jimmy, and Keenan. You guys get a cha-ching for that one. Thank you guys so much for the support. So consider clicking that link in the pinned comment to become a member today. It would be much appreciated. But we have plenty of games to jump into today. As you guys know, we go through each and every game on the NBA slate. I give you my against the spread lean on the game, give you what I'm thinking about the game, give you where this head is at, but all of my final plays will be in the pinned comment. I update it throughout the day. Up until game time, it's not always final, so keep coming back and checking the pinned comment there. Again, it's going to be at the bottom of the pinned comment. In that pinned comment, you'll have the member link that we just talked about. Then you'll have the Discord link, which is where I explain all of my player props ads. We don't always get to, and rarely do get to, player props within these videos, but I do throw in plenty of player props throughout the day. And if you guys want to see the rationale and the thought that goes in that, you can check out the Discord link, and then the thread that has my final plays will be there as well. So make sure to check that out. I I think we're around 600 members, which is crazy there too. That Discord's going crazy, and I do appreciate you guys checking it out. But should I stop rambling? Should I get into it? Should we give some leans on these games? I think so. Let's jump into it, guys. Again, so much to be thankful for. We are grinding these videos out. Yesterday was a great video, 4-1. I can't thank you guys enough. I really can't. We hit 8,000 subscribers too, which I didn't even have a chance to celebrate because we have so much else to be thankful for. But I do truly appreciate you guys each and every time someone watches a video for it's 1 second or if it's a whole 15-minute video. I appreciate the hell out of it. So thank you guys so much. But yeah, let me take a deep breath. Let me get into this. We got the Indiana Pacers here, 7.5-point dogs taking on the Hawks. This Hawks team, you know what we call them on the road, right? They are the Atlanta, I just lost my train of thought. They are the Atlanta Hawks at home, but in my mind, they're the Atlanta Pigeons on the road. So I don't know how I feel about this one. Bogdanovic is questionable. Gallinari is questionable. The Hawks are coming off of a win a couple nights ago against Golden State, 121-110. Indiana coming off of 3 straight losses here. I don't necessarily love Atlanta as of late against the spread. 3-7, and on the road, they're 1-3 in their last 4. Indiana, on the other hand, they're also 3-7 against the spread, and at home 1-3. So this is really a tough one. This is funny because this Hawks team is decent, right? You know, they've been without John Collins for a while. Danilo Gallinari is questionable tonight. Bogdanovic is questionable. So all of a sudden their talent starts to drop, but they still got this guy named Icy Trae Young, and I do still think he's the best player in this game today, especially with Brogdon being ruled out for Indiana. Duarte is out as well, but Taze is out. Jackson is out. A lot of injuries on Indiana. So even though I just ragged on Atlanta for being the Atlanta Pigeons when they are on the road this year, I think it's a safe lean to go -7.5 for Atlanta here. They are the better team. They still have their best player, and I look for them to win this one by double digits. So a lot went into that one. Just know I don't love this play. I'm never going to BS you guys and tell you guys I love something or it's a lock if I don't believe it. But this play for me is a lean towards Atlanta. 234.5 total as well. Look for some player props in the pinned comment. But guys, I don't know if this will be a final play, but you can keep an eye on the pinned comment for that as well. Next up, we have the Hornets, who covered for us and won outright, actually, last night. They're getting 3 points here at home against the Nuggets. This Hornets team, like I said, I think they're starting to return to form as to what they were at the beginning of the year. They're 6-4 in the last 10 against the spread. On the road, they're 3-4. Away, they're 3-0. Denver, who has been playing decent basketball on the road, 3-1 straight up, but they haven't been playing good against the spread basketball overall at all. In the last 10, 3-7 here. I will say, like I've told you guys multiple times before, we've leaned Denver a couple times in very crucial spots, and they've come through for us. We love Charlotte this season, but they're on a back-to-back. They just got a win in which, you know, they might not have even thought they were going to win that game going into it. So we're going to lean Denver here, -3. I still think that the seedings matter for Denver. And not to say Charlotte's not trying either, but I think that this Denver team is still looking to be able to secure where they are right now. They do not want to fall into that playoff spot, which they're making a stronger and stronger case to not, but they're still, as of right now, only a game and a half ahead of the Timberwolves for that play-in. So we are going to lean, Denver here at -3. Next up, we have the Cavs, 9-point favorites over the Magic. This Cavs team, just coming off of a loss to Chicago. We're on the right side of that one, but Cleveland has lost 3 games in a row. We've called them the covering Cavaliers all year long. They're 3-6-1 against the spread in their last 10. They're not playing that great against the spread, and for that reason, I'm out, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be leaning Magic in this one. I think that you can get 9 points here if you watch this. I think the Cavs may get some money on them as well late, so this could even be a double-digit spread. I'm leaning a big dog here in the Orlando Magic, and I would never advise anyone to bet the Magic. I just like this number and the value that you're getting here. This Magic team also coming off 2 losses here, but you know, it's a numbers game at this point. It's not I love the Magic in this game. I just don't necessarily think the Cavs. I guess I would say the Magic aren't getting the respectful number here because the Cavs have not been great against the spread as of late, and that's a pretty big number to lay. So I don't know if this makes the final play. Keep an eye on the pinned comment, but I'm going to lean Orlando +9. Next up, the Raptors playing my Boston Celtics. Raptors 4.5-point favorites at home against the Celtics. Jason Tatum's questionable. Robert Williams is out, and so is Al Horford. Van Vliet is questionable. Actually upgraded to probable as I refresh this. Gary Trent Jr. is questionable as well. The Celtics team is on an absolute tear, and it seems like everyone and their grandmother is liking the Raptors here tonight. If Jason Tatum doesn't play, then no kidding, you lean Raptors. But you guys know that I'm a huge Celtics fan. I'm wearing the Celtics stuff. I got the Celtics stuff in the background. I'm never going to get a bet against the Celtics. I will stay off the Celtics if I don't love them in a game, but this is one where I would strongly consider them, taking them as 4.5-point dogs here. We're going to want to keep an eye on that injury report because I think that obviously Jason Tatum is a huge factor in this one, but I'm going to lean Celtics here, plus 4.5 with the exception and the caveat that Jason Tatum plays. If he does not play, I'm off this game. I'll enjoy it as a Celtics fan, win or loss. All right, next up, the Knicks, 3.5-point dogs at home against the Bulls. This Knicks team playing really good basketball against the spread as of late, 6-4 in their last 10. When they are at home, though, they are 1-3. They're 5-1 on the road, but they're at home tonight, and we're going to be leaning Bulls. This Bulls team has been absolutely terrible, actually. Womp worthy against the spread. 3-7 in their last 10 against the spread. They're 1-7 on the road here, but they don't have any new injuries to note. Looks like we're going to be without Nerlens Noel. Oh, he's questionable. Nerlens Noel for the Knicks. That's the only notable injury there. But this Chicago team, for whatever reason, we feel like we are loyal to them. They've covered for us, or at least won our last 2 games for us. When we declared that they were going to go into the graveyard and never bet the Bulls again, they now, in our last final plays with them, are 2-0. So we're going to be leaning Chicago here. They are on the road. I totally get it. But New York, coming off of a back-to-back here, they do play really well in back-to-backs. I believe they're 7-3 in their back-to-back spots. But 3 wins in a row. Charlotte, Miami, Detroit. Whoop-de-doo. You beat Detroit last night. I get it. A hard-fought game. I'm going to be crazy and lean Chicago here when it seems like the Knicks would be, numbers-wise, it tells you the Knicks are the team to play, but I think that this Chicago team matches up well against the Knicks, and I think 3.5 points is a very, very fair number. All right, we got the Heat 13-point favorites over the Kings. If this Heat team is healthy, you're obviously always going to want to keep an eye on the injury report with them, but PJ Tucker, Hero, Martin, and Vincent all questionable. For Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox is downgraded to out. When we see De'Aaron Fox is downgraded to out and they're playing a Miami Heat team who is a good team, but coming off 4 straight losses, I see some fire coming out of the Heat here. We're going to lean Miami minus 13. That's a huge number. I don't think it makes the final plays, but I'm leaning Heat minus 13. Next up, Grizzlies 10.5-point favorites over the Golden State Warriors. Klay Thompson's doubtful. Draymond Green's doubtful. Steph Curry's out indefinitely. John Morant's out indefinitely. And it's weird because this is Memphis versus the Warriors, which you'd never think this is the case. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a psycho game alert. So many injuries. Clark, Jackson, questionable. Like I said, Morant is out, and then Iguodala, Curry, Thompson, Green, Porter, all these guys not likely to play tonight. This is a psycho game, and it's because of the line. Usually it's when 2 bad teams play. I say, how could you even have a pick on this? How are the Grizzlies 10.5-point favorites here? Oh, it's because the Warriors are going to have, my grandmother twice removed playing tonight. So I'm staying off of this game altogether. Let me know if you are a psycho in the comments, guys. Let me know if you're a psycho in the comments, and you guys can tell me your pick on this game. But yikes, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Maybe because I don't see any defense being played, we have a total of 222. If we really want action on the game, maybe we lean over here. But this is a psycho game alert with all those guys injured. These are the Grizzlies and Warriors playing, but it's not the cast that you usually see. All of a sudden, you have these stand-in actors for these 2 teams. So we're moving on here. Rockets taking on the Spurs. Little battle down in Texas. Rockets 7.5-point dogs at home. DeJounte Murray is good to go. Lonnie Walker's questionable. For Houston, no new injuries there. San Antonio actually taking home 4 of their last 5 games. But I will say OKC, Golden State, Portland, and New Orleans. Not the best of teams here. And then you would say the same thing about Houston, right? Wow, they've won 3 of the last 4. Washington, Portland, and Portland are those 3 wins. So this is a tough one for me here. I think that I'm going to lean Rockets. I don't love this whatsoever. Don't get me wrong. But Rockets 7.5 points seems like a little bit too much change to be leaning or to be laying down there for the Spurs here. So while the Spurs are by far the better team, I expect them to win this game by probably 5 points. But I like the Rockets in this one, plus 7. And that's honestly, again, there's been a couple picks, which is weird. I'm just winging it out here, guys. In some of these plays, I get some sort of a feeling, and some stats back up my mindset, and some don't. When you look at how these 2 teams have been playing against the spread in their last 10, this is a time where all of a sudden these 2 teams against the spread are very, very similar. You wouldn't look at their records and say that. Houston's 4-6 straight up, 5-5 against the spread, 3-3 at home, 2-2 on the road. San Antonio 6-4 straight up. Oh, they've been playing such better basketball, also 5-5 against the spread. So don't look at the Spurs and say that's a better basketball team. Look at that number, minus 7.5, and say that's a decent amount of change to be laying there. So we're gonna lean Rockets here, plus 7.5. And I feel like that might have to be a final play by how locked in I am on that underdog pick there. But guys, before we get to the rest of the picks here, we only have 1 pick left in the video. I'm gonna ask you guys one more time to hit that subscribe button. Half you guys that watch the video are not even subscribed, which is crazy to me. If you don't subscribe, it means you hate me, but I guess I got some haters out there. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if you would. And again, go ahead and click that join button or that link in the description for $2.99 a month. You get exclusive perks, access there, and you guys, you can show your support that way as well. But let's get into the last game of the night here. We have the Thunder traveling to Portland to play the Trailblazers. Thunder 2.5-point favorites. I love this Thunder's team. You guys know that. I call them the Rumbling Covering Thunder. Not a big fan of them having to actually lay points here, but who would I be? I'd be a fraud. I'd be a fraud if I did not ride with the Thunder with the amount of money that they've been making us. So we're going to lean Thunder here, -2.5. This Portland team has not had anyone healthy forever. Seriously, every single player that could even score for them is out, including Josh Hart, who's been somewhat healthy throughout this stretch of them not being healthy. He's out tonight. So we're going to be leaning Thunder there, -2.5. I might just go money line, kill the odds, and just root for the Thunder, the Rumbling Covering Thunder. But we'll catch you guys in the next video. Hopefully, you guys do appreciate us getting on here and doing this every single day. I know sometimes the leans are kind of like on the fence plays, but that's why you got to check the pinned comment. I have final plays, but the format of this video is we like to go through and give our thoughts and honest opinions on the game, and then I let you guys know my final plays in the pinned comment. So make sure to check that out. We'll catch you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.